What a week it was. After a losing streak, finally we had some nice badass trades. Now, this weekend's video is gonna be bit long as it's been a while since I've done long form videos, and as we haven't got many opportunities from last 2 to 3 weeks, I would say 4 weeks, whole month. But from the last 2 weeks, zones reacted nicely, trades triggered nicely, and lots of other opportunities played out. Now, if you are a nat gas trader, the first part of this video is going to be really beneficial for you, as I'm going to give you some tips, going to show you some entries, going to show you some zones, how I personally entered, how I spoke about those zones on my YouTube videos with my members, how nicely the price action reacted from that. After a losing streak, of course, then we had some good opportunities. And that is why even if you just trade nat gas or other commodities, it is a video. The first part, you will see some examples that you can implement on nat gas or other commodities that will give you insane amount of accuracy, as we had some condition in nat gas as well, which I'm going to talk about later on in this video, that after watching the first part it will make total sense to you. And also there'll be an offer at the mid of this video for you, which I don't normally open, but at the mid of the video you will see a good offer for you. If you're interested, you can take a look at that as well. So in the first part, I'm going to show you how insanely we've been taking some trades. I've been taking some trades, members and my students has been taking some trades, some zones I've been mentioning in my YouTube videos, and how we can enter those trades with conditions, and how we had some entries. That is exactly how I talk about in every single YouTube videos. And if you just follow those, just the basics, trust me, your chances of losing money will decrease dramatically. And if you're someone who don't want to watch the first part of the video and who say like cut the crap and I just want to listen to the analysis part of the video, then you can see the timestamp in the timeline or in a couple of seconds. So if you are a forex trader, commodity trader, or stock market trader, you will see how nicely every single market, every single instrument reacted exactly how I teach you in my YouTube videos. So starting with commodity first, and we have copper here. Now, if you have not already have my website in your bookmark, have this website on your bookmark. All you need to do, just go to moneymarkets.uk, market analysis, right here, where I post trade of the week analysis every other week. Now this week on 19th we had this trade of the week for copper, where we had this order block zone, and I write the full analysis in detail so that you know what to expect from that. And before that we had Tesla, that was posted on 10th of July, and as you can see I've described everything what I'm looking at the market here on Tesla, and both copper right here and Tesla right here reacted nicely from the zone. So it is free, you don't need to pay anything for that. You just need to have the website as a bookmark, look at the trade of the week if you like, and if that's going with your analysis, then it's cool. If not, you can still have it as an extra confluence if you're looking at the stock market as well. So coming back to copper, now this was the zone that was uploaded publicly as well as I've sent it to my members, because to my members I send almost every other commodity if I see a good opportunity there. For example, if you have a good opportunity on coffee, copper, platinum, palladium, aluminium, wheat, cotton, sugar, every single thing, if I see an opportunity I send that to my members. So starting with this one, and as you can see on 28th of July in my last report, I've sent this zone to my members that I'll be looking to enter with conditions only on smaller time frame once the price hit my area of value. And right here the price hit the area of value, and according to the stops and target rules, the way I teach my students, if you are my student, you know exactly how we place stops and target. And the mistake traders do, they don't cut their trades. And last week we had a crash in the stock market. Some goes in the favor, some goes in the favor and then quickly moved against us. But in that process, we have already taken the profits. The mistake you do, you don't cut your profits. What else you need if you have a better than 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio? Like if you're a beginner, I say every time, keep 1-to-1 for your beginning stages, and then afterwards increase your reward to risk ratio. So here was 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio, and that was not an alien. This was the zone that was sent way before the price forms this action. Now if you follow me from a couple of years, you know my 4 factors of trading. 4 factors of trading is observation, conditions, targets, and entry. This is the 4 factors, only these 4 factors. If you follow them, then your games of trades will go to the much higher level. Now, what was my observation? My observation was this market was in a downtrend from quite a while. Every downtrend and every trend must bend. And where does it bend? At the area of value. And what was my area of value? Right here. Here. And now, tell me something. If I didn't cut my profits, say, market came back down, and what I've gained? Nothing. I've taken my profits, pulled the money out of the market. Now, I'm going to go and move forward and look for my next trading opportunity. That's it. This trade is done, right? That is what you need to do. Take the money from the market. Don't get greedy with the hope that the market is going to push higher. Yes, you can move your stop loss to break even. Every trend must change. So from these zones, from the bounces, I just go fixed target, and the market is trending lower. Only then I just move my stop loss to break even and then ride along with the trend. Or you can also use your EMAs as your trailing stops. So here we had a nice bounce. We have an observation the market is pushing lower. Then we have a condition. The condition was a double bottom pattern that was also mentioned in my live session with my students and with my members only live session. With that, conditions are done. When conditions are done, we have a target set. Target is 1.421 reward to risk ratio. Target was set. And then once the target is set, we take an entry right at the close of my bullish candle right here. That is how we took a counter trades. Now, before I move ahead, if you're someone who say, Omar, show us your real trades. Now, so many times I've shown my real trades, and my account is right here connected here. My real account is connected, and let me show you one loss. I don't want to show you a profit. I want to show you a loss which I had, and I want to show you how I personally took this trade. So I'm going to go to IC markets where I trade, and I want to show you USD CAD trade which I personally took, and also send this to my members. Now to my members the target was a bit different. For me, I have taken a better reward to risk ratio. My target was exactly like this, 1.821 reward to risk ratio. As you can see, my stop loss was 40 pips and my take profit was 74 pips, and I've entered differently because I know the full system, I know the full rules. It is up to me how I personally decide to enter. But it was a stop loss hit and I'm out of this trade. I don't know what's going to happen next. If the market pushes lower from here, I will not regret, or I will not curse myself why I have a stop loss there. Because if you don't have a stop loss there, even though the market pushes lower, you can be lucky once. But if you do it every single time, what if the markets keep on trending higher? You will just end up blowing up your account. So I want to show you this losing trade that happened on my real account right here. That was my exit, that was my stop loss candle, and that was my entry candle. If you're someone who trade on a real account, you know how it looks like. So I want to show you that so that you know that I personally take these trades as well. The one I sent to the members, and some I don't send to the members. But if you know the full system, if you know the full rules, you don't even need to send your signals. You know how Omar take the trades, how we receive alerts, and you learn from that rather than using it as a signal services. So next up we had silver. Right now for silver, I've sent these zones to my members that if the price pulls back to the zone above, forms a condition, we're going to take sell trades. Now a good example of that, not being greedy, price was here, we had a pullback, we had a bearish candle right here, and if you've entered right at the close according to my stops and target rules, 1.421 reward to risk ratio target has been hit easily. Now if you're greedy, you have not set your take profit and stop loss, then the price hit your take profit and now pushed back up, what will happen then? If you have set to take profit, you have made money. You have pulled the money out of the market. Now you don't need to worry about anything if the price dramatically push up from here or not. If it does, then we're going to change our direction to the buy side. But in this bounce, we have taken the profits and now grab this money and use that money for the next trade. So that is how we need to be trading, not just holding on with the trades or not by moving your stop loss again and again. Once you place a stop loss, doesn't matter where the market goes. Let it hit your stop loss or let it hit your take profit. Only then you can able to make money in the market. Trading is not an easy journey. It takes time to master your emotion. And I still remember I was supposed to upload my podcast last month, but as I was not in England, that is why I couldn't upload it, and the internet was really bad. I still have that in my mind, which I'm going to do very shortly, and where I'm going to tell you my whole trading journey, how I quit my job and how is my daily routine. Now nicely hit the profits, nicely hit 1.421 reward to risk ratio. We are out, and that is all for this market. I'm going to look for the next condition if we have that. Then we had crude oil nicely pushed lower, right? Let me show you that as well. Now here on crude oil, what do you see? I've mentioned that the report sent to the members. Now if you're using my report carefully, if you're looking at that carefully, then if you're patient enough, then you're not doing panic trading. You are waiting for the price to give you a possible setups. I have members in my group who are still in my group since 2022, and they are making good money just using these as an extra confidence. Doesn't matter if you have your own strategy, but if you are using my zones, if you have your own strategy, then it is still worth having in front of you. You know a possible area from where the price can likely fall or likely push up out of. Now, a good example of crude oil here, that's similar as silver, price is also broken below the structure of support, because we had same condition on silver, broke below the structure of support, and then we had the same condition here on crude oil, that we have a broke of structural level, and now I was just looking for the pullback. And what do we have after the break of structural level? That was on daily time frame, if you look here, and we were looking for an entry on smaller time frame. What do we have? Price forms a nice double top pattern, and that nicely pushed lower, massively pushed lower, nicely hitting the targets. So that is how we need to be looking at the market. Now, what happened if the price breaks below the low, right? It is an example that you can also implement on any market. If you're a net cash trader, that is fine. So once the price break below the low right here, it is a likely chance the price will give us a pullback, right? And if we have a pullback and price rejected from the same level, then it pushes lower. Now we had another low, right? Price broke below this low. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use another zone, which is right here, for the possible anchor with a pullback, and then I'm going to go short again. So that is how a downtrend goes. You just don't buy at the bottom. Wait for the pullback and let the price action give you a condition. Once we have that, we are going to go short. So that is how we need to be trading. Analyze the market. Don't gamble the markets. Let's start with Forex pairs as well. Some insane amount of moves we had from Forex as well. And along with the zones, I've sent 2 trade alerts last week. One played out and one hit stop loss. And here, one is USD CHF nicely hitting targets right here, as you can see, where we entered this trade. Then we had a losing trade that was sent to the members, but after that, we had a winner as well. Right here, there was a losing trade alert sent to the members, but very shortly, I'm going to show you the zone, how it nicely played out after this losing trade. Now, here, we were waiting for the price to come down in this area, which is right here in green. If the price comes down in this area and forms a condition, we're going to enter the trades on a smaller time frame. And what do you see here? We had a bullish engulfing pattern. Now, let me tell you something. I had a stop loss hit here. That is totally cool. But you see the power of conditions. I have a take profit hit here that was sent to the members. I have a stop loss hit here that was sent to the members as well. But that is fine. But this was also sent to the members. If you're looking the zones carefully, price forms a swing low bullish candle. With that, it nicely hit 1.7 to 1 reward to risk ratio target, which I managed till right here, a little bit below the zone, so that if we have a rejection, then we know that we need to exit right here. But looking at the strong news candle, the price fueled and take profit. Now we were also looking at the zone for the possible sell trade, which we did not get any opportunities. Means no conditions, no entries. We had no entry condition, so we are going to skip this zone and we're going to move ahead and look for the next trade. Now I'm out of this trade, not being greedy. So my conditions were, my observation, the price is pushing up nicely, right? Then I was waiting for the price to come down in my zone. If we have the price come down in the zone, then it is my zone, only zone from where I will enter another buy trade. So after my observation, we have a condition met. After condition met, we have a target set. After target is set, we had an entry, and that is how we take our trades. And you see the examples, the live examples that is running in the market. And that is what I try to show you in every weekend's video. So out of the 4 zones I've sent to the members, this zone played out nicely, and other few zones and the other zones we are still waiting for the price to get to those levels to take a possible entries. I send these zones, 5 to 6 zones for Forex, commodities, indices every week, so that you know a possible level of reactions. Next up, we have GBPNZD, a zone report sent to the members a week before last. We were waiting for the price to come in my area of value, and once the price is inside the area of value, only then we're gonna sell this market. Otherwise, we are just buying. Now, this market was trending so high since a long time. Now, if you are a trader that is using this analogy, that if the price is pushing really high, start selling the market. You see so many times this price in the overbought situation, so many times, but I did not sell here, even though we had this bearish candle, we had this bearish candle, we had this bearish candle. No. Once I've seen a valid condition, only then I've entered this market. Now, what was my valid condition? My valid condition was a 382 candle right here, Let me remove this one right here. Once I have a 382 candle, right here was my entry. I've used a stop order, and if you see here, nicely hitting 1.421 targets, 141 pips profits I've captured. Now, if you're my student, you know it is one of the strategy I teach to my students with the exact stops and target rules and with the exact entry rules. So when you have these type of trades in a week, that gives you some good amount of profits, that if you even have a loss of losing streak, that will not hurt you. That's just a part of process. That is it. This was an entry I personally took, and some of my students might have took, and these entries we discuss in the Discord group which we have for MMTA course students, which is just for the course members. As they are lifetime members, that's why they are in my Discord group as well. Now, this entry was not sent as a trade alert, but we took that entry because my student knows how to spot the entries, what are the valid entries, what are stops and target. That is why I also keep a close eye on their entries. That is why they have this group, because I mentor them, and that is they get with this plan as well. So that is why we discussed about this entry, and this is an entry I personally took. Now, right here, as you can see, I've said the valid and taken. Right here, this entry that was valid and taken. Now, you see this big and massive move right here. For me, that was it for 1.521 reward to risk target. That is it. I've taken this trade and I was out right here. I did not get fearful. I did not get greedy. Imagine if you took this trade and you have not cut your profits. You see a loss. You see how stressful that would be. That is why I always say, once you have a good amount of money in the market, come out. Because I've seen so many traders asking me, sending me questions that, Omar, this market is pushing high and I've not placed my stop loss, or I've not placed my take profit. When this market going to reverse, or when this market is going to go in my direction? No one knows. But we know one thing, that if we set the fixed target, either it's going to hit our stop loss or either it's going to hit our take profit. That is something we know, right? If you have no stop loss, no take profit, we don't know where the market is going to go. That is why we learn this skill. Once you learn this skill, you know when to exit and when to come out. Trading is the game of entry and exit. If you know the entry and exit points, then you can make it in a trading world. Now, example of that, I took this trade, buy a trade, couple of weeks ago. That failed, right? And once the market broke below, right? Now, this is example you can see in nat gas as well, which I'm going to talk about very shortly. When the market broke below right here, which was my recent support area, once the market broke below the support area, that was an entry for me, a double bottom. That did not play out. And when the market broke below, it hit my stop loss, right? I was out. Now, for me, my job is to look for the next condition. Now, as direction has been changed, price broke below the support area, that will likely turn into resistance. I will start to look for my pullback with the bearish candle at the resistance area. That was previous support. Now, I'm going to sell this market instead of buying again, in the hope that price will recover from here. Yes, it did, but no one knows what's coming next. But I know that if the condition forms, I will take my profits, come out, look for my next condition. So that is how we need to be trading. And it is something my students are learning in the course. One of my students in MMTA course sent me a message that out of 6 entries, only 1 failed. And trust me, I have not sent all 6 entries. It is something that my students are learning independently. They become independent, and who knows, you become a better trader than me. Once you know the system, you can make and implement your own strategy, and you can even filter some more conferences where you can take a better entries and make a better strategy than me. That is why learning first is very important. Instead of jumping in the live market, use a market like a video game where you have red and green button, you press buy, you press sell, and you see what's going to happen. That is just we call gamble. That is not a business. For me, trading is business, and I take it really seriously, and most importantly, I take trading as a full passion. Now, let's take a look at indices market, a very risky market, a very fast moving market, and I know most of you love trading NASDAQ market. Talking about US Tech 100 here in NASDAQ, right here. This was a zone report sent to my members that it is an area from where I'll be looking for the possible selling opportunities. The price broke below my red anchor, and if the price pushes up, as you can see, it is a trend continuation bearish area from where I'll be looking to enter sell trades on smaller time frame. Now, coming back here, we did not enter just randomly. The price pulls back up, forms a bearish engulfer right here, and that nicely pushed the price higher. You see a big move here, and you see the move, you see how massive the move is, And if you know the condition, even if you have just cut your profits right here using 1.4 to 1, still made a massive amount of money. But if you're a student in MMDA course, you know that we could have managed this trade till this zone as well. So that is how we take this trade. It is an indices market, stock market, every single market work exactly the same. Technical analysis is something I love because most of the traders, they will look these conditions and start to push the market lower. I don't say that market has manipulations. They might be, but for me, these are the conditions. My condition is formed. For you, if you are a buyer here, it might be a manipulation. For me, this is the condition. For me, it goes in my favor because it follows my rule and enter this trade. That was a take profit hit. Now coming back to stock market as well. Now with the same report, I've sent NVIDIA as well, which I don't normally do, but I'm going to start sending NVIDIA, PayPal, Netflix, all these stocks, major stocks as well, to members starting from this week. Now, NVIDIA, a zone here that was sent to the members. With a pullback, we're going to sell this market. Now, what do you see here? A bearish engulfer, right? With the bearish engulfer, price now start to push up. It did not push up massively, but I'm still expecting a price to push up to this level. But it did react nicely from the level which I've mentioned in my report. Now, we have US 30. If you trade Dow Jones, we have this zone that was sent to my members. Now, what do you see here? I've said that price is broken above this level, this green level, and if we have a pullback to this level, once we have a pullback and retest, we're going to enter the trades on smaller time frame. If we get a pullback to the green zone right here, and what do you see here? Nicely hitting 1.4 to 1 targets after the pullback. Now it did push up all the way till here, but I'm not a greedy trader. Once my profit is hit, I'm out, right? That is what we need to see. And after that, what do you see? A big crash, right? But that did not affect us. Doesn't matter if the market falls and crash even more. I don't care, because I wanted to get a chunk of my profit here, a good chunk of profit here. I've taken it. I had no condition after that. No conditions, no entry. Sit back, wait for the next condition. And this was a zone that was sent to the members not this week, a week before that. And then we have Australia index, Australia 200 index right here, and exactly same as US 30. What do we have? A price was broken above the level, pulled back to this level again, and what we were waiting for, the price to come form some sort of condition. We have a bullish engulfer right here and nicely hitting 1.2 to 1. I've chose to enter with 1.2 to 1, not 1.4 to 1, because indices are risky, and sometimes, actually most of the time, I just use 1.2 to 1 reward to risk ratio. Otherwise, if I manage it, push my stop loss to break even if I want to manage it further. That is how I entered this trade from the zone that we were already prepared for. Members has been prepared for. If you're looking at that, then here you have made some money on this index. Like I promised at the mid of the video, I'm going to give you one offer which I don't normally release for MMDA course. Now, if you're someone who are interested in learning full system, then for this weekend only, I'll be adding 20% discount for the lifetime plan, which is the premium plan right here. So 20% discount code will be in my YouTube video description. At the checkout, all you need to do after creating your account, at the checkout, apply the discount code and you'll be entered in my group and in my Discord group for the lifetime. And all these two plans will be free for you as well, where you get live sessions with me twice a week as well. With that, you get these reports which I've shown you in the first part, and take your trading to the next level as well. Become independent, stop relying on signals. Once you know the full system, who knows, you become better trader. So discount code will be in the description. Any questions, you can DM me or email me at support@moneymarkers.net. And the discount code will be only valid till Monday. So with that being said, and after a long first part of the video, and I hope you have enjoyed and learned something out of that, let's start our analysis with natural gas, gold, silver, and crude oil. Now, if you have seen the first part of the video, I'm sure now it's going to make a total sense to you how we can analyze the market. Now, if the market is trending lower, all we do, just pull back and take a pullback entry bearish. Once the market is inside the area of value, expect some bounce, and then if the price wants to continue to push up, it will break above 50 EMA, then start to push up. If not, if fails, broke below the previous low, then we'll start to look for the pullback entry bearish again. So once the price fails and breaks below the previous low, what we're going to do? If you remember the first part of the video, once the price breaks below the previous low, it will likely pull back, retest, and then fall again. So that is how the market and price action work. Now, if there's a dramatic news event out there, then of course the technical analysis won't work. It will just push up, and then in that case the stop loss will hit and we start to look for the next condition. So here let's start with a capital.com data. At this point, what do you see? Now, the price has broken below the previous level of support right here now, and the price also made a new low right here, breaking and closing below the previous low. Closing is very important, and we are also trading below 50 and 20 EMA. Now, for me, I will only go short at this point because it is not a support, and support has been broken. Price made a new low and break below the previous low. So at this point, what I'm interested? I'm only interested in taking sell trades. Now, after break of previous low, we had a pullback and we had a bearish engulfing candle. If we zoom this up, this candle and the body is bigger than the previous candle, engulfs the previous candle with the whole body. So that is one of my reason to enter and my entry confirmation, as now we are broken below the lows. We are below the EMS. We have a good back gap between the EMS, and for me, it is my entry. So I will go 180 for my targets initially. If you want to manage it, you can manage it till this recent minor support area, which I'm going to talk about in a very short while. So for now, if my entry is here, I will go 180. If you want to go 180, that's totally up to you. If you want to go 280, multiply 180, and then you can go better reward to risk ratio by keeping a stop loss above these candles. So that is how I will enter this trade. For me, it is a valid entry condition and a valid pullback entry bearish. Now the zone below, it is right here. 1.844 goes up to 1.875. Now this level turns to be a level from where the price previously pushed up and pushed lower from. That is why I will be looking at this level for the possible bounces. Now that doesn't mean the price will just reverse from here. Yes, expect some good bounce, grab your profits if you have a condition. If not, leave it. But if you have a condition, we're going to enter the trade. Risky trade, but will be valid if you have a condition. Otherwise, I'm looking at the level below right here. That is a valid major area of value from where we can expect some reversals, right? But this is something I'm going to talk about in the upcoming videos. For now, just pay attention to this level, pay attention to this bearish engulfer, and looking at that, I'm now expecting a price to push lower. Remember, trade on your own risk. And also, this is just my opinion and shouldn't be taken as any sort of trading advice. Always trade with the stop loss. If this entry, let's say, won't play it out, maximum what will happen? It will hit your stop loss, right? If the condition change, we'll start to look for the next condition. I've shown you the entries in the first part of the video where my stop loss has been hit, and then I've got a better entry afterwards. But you won't be able to take an entry if you have no money in your account balance. So for now, possible entry, and let's see how it goes. Now for me, I don't trade natural gas every single day. I only take natural gas trades once I see a conditions, valid conditions. And it's been a while since I see a good condition. I personally take trades on Oanda, and right here, previously we had a condition here. I entered right here. So whenever I saw a condition, only then I take my trades. But it's been a while since I've seen a good condition. Now, as price is broken below here on Capital.com, not on Oanda, because Capital.com is also one of my tested data. That is why I also trust entries here. Now, if you're trading and looking at the NEMEX platform, exactly the same condition happened. Price broke below the low. We had a retest of the previous level. We had a bearish engulfing candle. Let's double check that. Yes, that's a bearish engulfing candle. And with that, I'm now expecting a price to push lower. You can keep a stop loss above the EMAs, 180 or 280, that's totally up to you. But looking at this valid bearish engulfer, I'm now expecting a price to push lower. And the next anchor level from where we can expect some bounces, which is right here, which is 1.782 goes to 1.837. Now, it is not a very good level, but a level from where you can expect some reaction. But a good level is right below here, a major level right below here from where we can expect some reversal. But for now, I'm only interested in taking sell trades, looking at the bearish momentum, nice downtrend, good gap between the EMAs, bearish engulfer, and I'm only going to go short from here. Yes, if the price dramatically push up out of some news event, as you know, the world situation is nowadays is going on and off. That is why you can expect anything. That is why we have a stop loss there. Have your stop loss there, but take your trades with condition, and one of the condition is right here. No condition on Oanda if you're trading on this platform, but for here, if I see a pullback and bearish engulfer again, I'm gonna go short till this level below, which is right here on Oanda. 1.716 goes to 1.756, from where we can expect some bounces. Next up, we have gold. A nice pullback, but let me show you what I've said in my last video. So at this point, what to expect from here? I'm expecting a good and deep pullback that could be above 50 EMA or at 50 EMA. And if we have a bullish engulfer, looking at the fact the price just made a new high, so we could see a retest and then a bullish engulfing pattern. If you have that, I'm gonna go long from it. Awesome. So you see, I've said that we can expect a good and deep pullback, which we have, a big and deep pullback, right? But that was not my entry. A deep pullback doesn't mean you start selling. I know most of the traders, they start sending me thanks messages that, Umar, we have made a good money here on gold after this big $60 move. But I've said, where you see the condition? They said, no, you said that price is going to give us a deep pullback, and that has happened. I don't want you guys to do that. If I mean a deep pullback means we can get a pullback, and if we have a condition, only then we're going to take our trades. Doesn't mean you start selling, but yes, that goes in your favor. That is fine, but make sure you look for the condition when you take your trades. But I've said that we can expect a deep pullback because I was looking at silver as well. For silver, we were getting a nice pattern right here. Bearish engulfer that nicely pushed down as well here with 1.4 to 100 watt to risk ratio. Now for silver, I'm going to talk about in a second, but here on gold, price is still above 50 EMA, has been rejected from 50 EMA. So at this point, for me, the next entry will be once we are broken above this high. My conditions and rules are very strict. If the price break above this high, only then I'll start to look for my buying confirmation. So once we are broken above this high, in that case, I'll start to look for my pullback entry bullish and keep on taking longs only, not selling as we are above 50 and 20 EMA. My sell trades will only happen if the price breaks below 50 EMA with a good momentum, possibly below this low as well. Once we have that, we can start to look at the downside and possibly at the level below right here. For now, wait to see price break above for the buy and if price break below 50 EMA for sell. For now, I'm just waiting for the break above or break below for my next entry condition, which I'm going to inform you, of course, every single day in my videos once I see a valid condition. So keep an eye. Once we have a condition, we're going to go long only as we are above 50 and 20 EMA. Now here in silver, price might form a head and shoulder pattern. At this point, all I look for head and shoulder pattern, just my bullish engulfing pattern within this termination box. Now this termination box is here on Owanda, is right here, the number you see in blue. You can mark that accordingly. One below and one above. Right here, you can mark that accordingly. So if you want to manage this trade right here, you can still go 1.421, which is my fixed target, which is something like this for the bigger targets if you are looking at that. So once the target will hit, I will exit and I will not hold on and stay greedy with my trades. Yes, if you want to move your stop loss to break even, that's totally up to you. Hit my take profit, I'm out of this trade. Now for the pattern to complete and to form, I want to see a push up to this termination zone right up there. So if the price push up, hit this termination zone and then give us a pullback and then forms a bullish engulfer, only then that will become my valid head and shoulder pattern. So that is what I'll be looking at. Wait for the price to hit this zone, pull back, bullish engulfer, and then I'm going to go long. If the price, let's say, breaks below this low, only then for silver, I'll start to look for my bearish trade and I'll be looking at this level, which I'm going to talk about in my upcoming videos. For now, either wait for the price to break above these highs for the possible pullback entry bullish or break below this low for the bearish entry. Otherwise, for the head and shoulder pattern, I've already mentioned that hit of this zone, pullback, and then we're gonna go long from here. So that is what I'll be looking at here on gold and silver both. And the zone report was sent to the members and that nicely reacted as well. Finally, we have crude oil. Nicely pushed down from the zone that was sent to my members from in the report, in the commodity report as well, nicely pushed down. Now at this point, I'm looking at two levels, one a minor level and one a major level. Minor level is right here, 72.24 goes to 73.10, a level from where we can expect if we have a bullish engulfer. You see the bullish engulfer here that nicely pushed up. If you have a same condition, bullish engulfer or double bottom, we can expect some bounce, and one ATR is a bounce I'm expecting. We have a good volatility in crude oil. As you can see, the ATR is around $1. So if you have a bullish engulfer on smaller time frame, I'm going to go long. But as now we are broken below this low, all I'm expecting a pullback, bearish engulfer, and keep on taking shots till I see a valid condition in this area I've just mentioned. If you have seen the first part of the video, I've explained a detailed analysis of this in the crude oil section, how we use this anchor level for the possible retest. For now, just a pullback, possible bearish engulfer. I'm going to go short till here. Once we have a valid condition, I'm going to go long, cut my trades, and look for the next major level for the buying or reversal trades. For now, bearish trades only until we see a valid condition with the pullback bearish engulfers only. So that's it for commodities, guys. That was a long video, and if you have made it to the end, you are a legend. Subscribe if you're new so that we can all trade together and so that you join Money Markers Trading family. Hope you trade green. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an awesome weekend. Take care.